G'day guys, my name is Jimmy Infinite and welcome to the video. With the Atlas of Worlds almost upon us, it seems that everyone is in search of a good league starter build that can help build currency and transition into a stronger build once you're able to afford some cheapish items. Just to give you guys one build idea to start the league with, I thought I would share the build that I plan to use as a league starter, but also as a character to push the map system with. I've decided on running a triple Ancestral Warchief Totems build, utilizing the Facebreaker gauntlets and flat fizz scaling for the bulk of our damage. Totem builds are always very safe, allowing you to drop your totems into the fray of battle, laying a brutal beat down on your enemies while you stay out of harm's way. In addition to relative safety, Ancestral Warchief Totems have great base AoE and damage that can be easily scaled with the Facebreaker gauntlets, allowing you to focus on remaining tanky. I plan on using the very much underused Scion Ascendancy, grabbing the Hierophant Ascendancy node in order to give us an extra totem for skills in our helm. By taking the Scion Hierophant node, we are able to use a high armor shield in lieu of using the Skirmish Quiver, which grants +1 to attack totems. 3 totems will be more than sufficient for this build, and we will get the final totem from the Ancestral Bond keystone in the passive tree. The Ascendant Hierophant node synergizes with another feature of the build, the Bringer of Rain Helm, which gives socketed skills level 18 melee physical damage, level 12 faster attacks, and level 6 blind, giving us a pseudo 7 link in a 4-linked version of this helm. The remaining 4 gems that we will socket into the Bringer of Rain are Ancestral Warchief, Increased AoE, Added Fire, and Fortify. We don't need a single target skill for this build, just simply sub in Conk Effect for increased AoE and you will be stomping down the bosses. 6 links are always scarce and expensive in a new league, while Bringer of Rain is a typically unpopular and cheap helm, offering a 6 to 7 link, which is perfect for a new league. Though using the Bringer of Rain means that we have to sacrifice our chest armor slot, it offers a large amount of evasion and armor, high health, 6% block, 20% chance to generate an endurance charge on block, and perhaps most importantly, flat physical damage, which will greatly benefit our Facebreaker scaling. Since our glove slot and helm are already covered and we can't use chest armor, the only remaining slots to fill are the belt, rings, amulet, boots, and shield. The rest of our gear will be centered around getting as much flat physical damage as we can possibly cram in, while still getting health, resists, and armor. As with most Facebreaker builds, our go-to choice for the belt slot is the Meginord's Girdle, which offers 5 to 15 flat fizz, 10% health, which is equivalent to about 2 health nodes in the tree, and some cold resistance. That flat fizz is really strong and will outshine any rustic sash for a Facebreaker build. The ring slot is going to be an interesting option. Facebreaker builds have received a buff with the introduction of the new steel ring base type in the Atlas of Worlds expansion. These rings have an implicit 3 to 11 flat fizz, allowing you to roll an additional 9 to 15 flat physical prefix on the ring. These rings are going to be absolutely nuts, and I plan on trying to craft the best ones possible in order to crank up the character's DPS. The downside of opting for steel rings will be that we lose out on implicit resists, which we will sorely need. Depending on what gear is available, we may have to just settle for a resistance ring with the 9 to 15 flat fizz prefix roll. The amulet is fairly simple for gearing. Flat physical can go up to 15 to 26, so this is another big slot for DPS. Use the amulet to fill in your attribute requirements, get some life and also some resists. Boots will be a fill-in for resists. Other than that, you'll want move speed and life. The new 2-stone boot bases, whatever they're going to be called, may really help fill out our resists and free you up to invest in flat fizz elsewhere in your gear. For the shield, aim for a pinnacle tower shield with good resists, life and armor. You can also mastercraft 4 to 7 flat fizz on the shield with Haku, so that will help push your damage just a bit more. The shield and Bringer of Rain are going to make up the majority of our armor since we don't have a chest slot. This makes it a very important defensive slot for which you have to fill. The only other item which is relevant for this build is the Martial Artistry Jewel, which gives between 10 to 15 increased AoE while unarmed. This will make your totems have incredible range when combined with the Templar AoE and the increased AoE gem. As for the other skills that we'll be running in support, we're going to be using the Hatred Aura and also Herald of Ash if mana permits, which will greatly increase our damage. To help out our tankiness, we'll be using Enduring Cry in between laying down the totems. This fits in quite well because you've got plenty of opportunity to keep up your charges while the totems are putting in work. Our curse will be Vulnerability, which will help out against those tougher bosses. You can run cast when damage taken Fire Golem for damage or Rock Golem for tankiness. And as for a movement skill, you can use either Shield Charge or Flame Dash, both are helpful, and Flame Dash will help you jump some gaps. As for our passive tree, the strong part of it is going to be that we get a lot of elemental resist here that eases up the strain that we're going to feel on our gear and frees us up to, scale that flat fizz. I'll put a link to the passive tree in the description so you can follow it along if you want, but this tree is just subject to change as I play more. I'm going to give a quick rundown now of how to progress through the tree and transition from leveling as a two-handed character to Facebreakers. From the Scion starting point, you go down towards the crossroads between Marauder, Duelist and Scion. Head through the Marauder section, grabbing the Diamond Skin and Born to Fight nodes. Then beeline for Resolute Technique and Ancestral Bond, which will get you up to 2 Warchief Totems. Next, you will head to the Templar area for the AoE and Life, and also other Generalist nodes. From there, I suggest getting Totemic Zeal and Totemic Mastery clusters near the Scion, which is going to make your totem placement ridiculously fast. From there, you can head into Duelist and start filling out nodes around the tree as you see fit. There's plenty of health on the tree, so grab it whenever you feel the need to. We're essentially grabbing all the Generalist nodes first because it's going to be hard to get Facebreakers right off the bat, and you're probably going to want to level with a two-handed weapon. By investing in totem damage, totem placement speed, AoE and life, you'll have enough damage throughout the leveling process, and you can then drop the two-handed weapon once you get Facebreakers. The only nodes really exclusive to having Facebreakers is the Defiance and Retaliation nodes, which require a shield, so it's not particularly difficult to eventually transition towards Facebreakers. I have not yet decided on a second ascendancy for this character, but I'm leaning towards either the Berserker or Chieftain simply for more damage, so I'm probably going to do a bit of testing around that. Guys, I hope that gives you a bit of an idea for what you might be able to run in the new Atlas of Worlds expansion for Path of Exile. If you have any questions, or if I've missed anything, then let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. I think it's going to be a fairly decent character, having done some testing on it. With Earthquake being nerfed a bit, maybe this is a good alternative for melee. Let me know what build you're planning to run as a league starter in Atlas of Worlds because I'm interested to know. I plan on doing updates to this build and other content once the expansion launches, so please subscribe if you're keen to get some more Atlas of Worlds content. Unfortunately, I have work over the first few days of release, so I'm going to be busy with that, but I'm sure most of you are in a similar position. So anyway guys, have fun in Atlas of Worlds and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.